EVE Online. I'm Major Freak, and this is to show you that if you can drain a roid completely, you won't get any waste. This is a type B. It's the same kind of output as type A, but faster. I don't have any boosts going on. I've split my guys into 4 teams of 1. And this is going to be pretty easy. The output of each laser is going to be way more than the roids can be, and each field is identical because it's the level 9 of the career agent for producer, and it never has an expiry date, which is kind of amazing. I'd like to thank one of my commenters on YouTube for that, who was correcting me more than actually giving me advice. I took his correction and went way further than I'm sure he intended. So this is my personal controlled environment for mining. It's awesome. I can finally actually focus on waste, which, yeah, it's been how many years? Almost 4 since they released it. It's it was pretty idiotic when they did it. Really idiotic. But whatever. We have to live with it now, right? So the question is, can you do, and I'm going to do the whole field just to prove to you that it's, maybe you're thinking, oh, well, maybe there's going to be waste at one point and you'll get, you know, no, there's not. There'll be 0 waste, this entire field. So the question is, can you get the minimum pull from a moon asteroid and using, obviously, B crystals to hopefully, and of course it'll be in a Hulk, to hopefully drain every roid on that field in 1 cycle? I don't know if that's possible. That would be cool, but say if it took 2,
the asteroid is depleted.
You'd only have a chance for wastage on 1 cycle, and the second cycle you would drain it and get no waste. So, right? So it still benefits you.
The asteroid is depleted.
So
the asteroid is depleted.
The less cycles you have to do, the less waste you actually have. So that's a really cool thing. So I'll just do the entire field, and I forget how much how many units we'll get out of this in total, but it will always be the same. And day in, day out, it is, yeah, it's a consistent income. It's shite income. I'd literally do anything else and it would be worth it to me. Now I could go through, if I wanted to make this an income source, I could go through with my entire team and a burst with crystal type B and have all 6 of my guys with the level 9. I'd have to go to another career agent station to get that. But, you know, that could be a consistent, you know, every time after downtime, or, you know, any time before downtime, as long as I went through and nabbed all the kernite. Yeah, that'd be a steady income, but I would much rather go out hunting for, or do anything else for that matter. I mean, when you think about it, this is kind of boring work. It's always the same. It's never going to change. yeah, it's pretty boring. I could probably learn how to do abyssal sites and make way more ISK and have way more fun than this. And I love mining, so yeah, it means a lot. So, but for testing purposes, this is perfect. So if you say use Tech 2 mining lasers, you'll get wastage of about 20%-ish on average. It's simply because you have a 35% chance of having a single cycle create wastage, and that wastage is exactly what you just mined, what you would get in one cycle. So that's the waste, right? So it's 35% chance each cycle up for Crystal A-type and Tech 2.
The asteroid is depleted.
To create one single cycle of waste, which means
the asteroid is depleted.
As long as there's ore still left in that roid at the end of your cycle, you have a chance to have an entire cycle's worth of waste happen. But if you drain it in one, there's no waste. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, and if you say if you use Crystal Type C and we're like, great, maybe if I can like spam the button, could I create a whole bunch of waste, or the chances of waste, which is like 95% chance, by just spamming that button as turning it on and off and on and off as fast as I can, will that create waste for a full cycle? No, it won't. It'll just create waste for what you just accomplished right then in a partial cycle. So yeah, unfortunately, I know. The problem is with Type C crystals. What the? All right, freaking range. Give me a sec. I'll get back on track in a jiffy. All right, so what happens with Type C crystals is that you're literally getting nothing. Well, I shouldn't say literally, but figuratively you're getting nothing for 3 times the amount of ore you'd normally mine, but you're vaporizing it. But it's only 3 times what you could mine yourself. So it's like, I'm gonna mine, and it's these crocite is useless, so when I'm in null, I'm gonna like use crystal seeds on these crocite to get rid of them. But you're literally spending the time to create 0 revenue in order to mine 3 times as fast as you normally do, but you get no profit out of it. Sounds like you're shooting yourself in the foot there, but you know, it could be wrong. It could be worth it, but it's a nice option we have for null bearers to do that, because they have infrastructure that'll cause the same system to puke up another anomaly instead of forcing them to wait 3 days for it to despawn normally, right? So that's helpful for them, I guess. And it would respawn at downtime, I believe. Anyways, so yeah, there you go. Yeah, this would be, yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Now, whether asteroid belts have the same, like, I could benefit by going through an asteroid belt with prospects and taking care of the asteroids using Crystal Type B, doing 1 cycle and it drains. That would be cool. Not sure how many belts would allow that, but it would be interesting to try. So, a whole bunch of stuff to test. I just want to make absolutely sure that I am not
the asteroid is depleted.
I'm not being mistaken, right, in what I do. So I'll drain the entire field.
The asteroid is depleted.
Just to make sure that I'm not wrong, that oopsie, it actually does do waste at some point. But the thing is, this should be giving me 65% chance of wastage, and it's not happening yet. But just to make absolutely sure, we'll beat this dead horse into paste. Because we're here, we might as well. I think it's some 5459 units of kernite. That we'll find out the end of it, won't we? But yeah, this is pretty cool. Guaranteeing no waste. Yeah. And I wonder what the minimum pull of a moon fracture would give you at the maximum cubic meters. Hopefully, I think it's around 2600 with, if you bling out your Hulk with modulated strip miners, Tech 2. So yeah, that could be a thing. Be useful. But even if it does, like I said, even if it does take its multiple cycles, the less cycles, the less waste. And it's pretty cool. So that's that. Of course, if it takes, like you're thinking, okay, well, if it takes 2 cycles, would it be better to use crystal A? You know, because it's quite a lot more chance to create waste with type B. And yeah, I agree. If you're competing with somebody in a belt, maybe you'd want to do that. But for all intents and purposes, I would use, if I was in a big field with fellow miners and I had a lot to mine, I would use Tech 1 lasers. And it's probably a max pull, so with the roids are going to be huge. So yeah, just use, I counsel people to use Tech 1. I always have. I enjoy the 16 kilometer range on the Gaussian scoped Tech 1. Oh, I just love it.
The asteroid
of course,
is depleted.
No waste, right?
The
But
asteroid is depleted.
I am going to be interested in figuring out if I can mine the normal asteroid belts in lowsec of their kernite in one cycle as well. So that would be cool. But yeah, it would depend. I'll go around and survey, scan. In my probably, yeah, my to-do list for testing things is just crazy. Yeah, there's just so much. There's so much to Eve, and there's so many wrinkles to Eve, right? Okay. Yeah, coming up in the last. What is it? 5949 or something? I forget. Ah, whatever. Speculation. I really enjoy having medium shader. Now that I figure out how to use medium shader as a setting for multiple clients without glitching out, it's pretty exciting. So that's also on my to-do list. How far can I push the, now that I know what I can get away with massive fleet fights, what can I get away with when I know I'm not going to get inundated with aesthetic problems, like, you know, for instance, the bullshit in the home front environments, or, you know, massive fleet fights with huge explosions going off. Explosions really hit hard when you're multi-boxing. So you just, you know, getting that all set up, sorted, Yeah. It's another thing on my to-do list. Yeah, tons of stuff. Now, I could probably do a partial cycle right here and get no wastage. I'm going to try it on the last one. Because, of course, why wait 2 minutes when you can get, right? So that would be, yeah, a quarter. I'll stop at a quarter. Yeah, that's like 5%. So low. Voila. There you go, folks. Done. Hopefully that convinces any doubters.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Now the question is, of course,
Warp drive active.
what happens when you're using, say, type A on a big field with huge roids? Will it turn out to be, on average, 35% waste? Or is it something else, right? I suck at math, so I'm assuming it'll be 35%, but it could be different, right? I doubt it. I've been wrong before. But yeah, use Tech 1 strip miners for frickin' doing large fields. It's just, why wouldn't you, right?